Hello again. So after a little bit of mucking around here, I finally figured out what the hell happened to the sound. It turns out that OBS has basically what I'd done, I had turned down gotten the desktop sound mixer out, turned down DOSBox, turned up everything else, and then there was a mic booster on OBS, which, by the way, was not enough by itself when everything was going. Like, no matter how high I would set that thing, the volume from the game would always be higher, because apparently it was just set to maximum or something. Anyhow, at this point, it seems to be working. I mean, I've tested it like 6 times now. But yeah, for whatever reason, that mic booster thing had reset itself the moment that I had started the whole recording and basically gotten through the entire game. So, last time had beaten Tracer, had beaten that giant squid monster thing, and yeah, had basically just gone full-blown cheat mode here. Got what I wanted here. Got my shotgun with 3,000 damage. Got rid of armor entirely. Figured why not. And yeah, maxed out health as a very minimal countermeasure. So now, the reason I did that, this area, the way that this whole zone is set up, you're just supposed to explore. Like, it's just, you go around everywhere. Once you've explored enough, he gives up and you go back. But you have to go and fight all these guys. And the annoying part is, each of them end up taking, 2 or 3 hits as it is, and even with this whole situation, they do a ton of damage. And you have to wander back and forth a lot. So it's a very long and frustrating section. The horses on fire are pretty awesome, though. I mean, this guy just has a basement full of friggin' fire ponies. So yeah, there's no actual exit to this cave, there's nothing to find in it, you just wander until he gives up. Also, from what I understand, the area scanner is not an item you can actually get normally. It's something that you just sort of pick up later. Or, no, you can pick up from the editor, if I recall correctly. The guy that was writing the guide was talking about it as, like, if you actually use it on this area, you'll see that it has no exits whatsoever, just a bunch of dead ends. So yeah, it's just a huge cave full of hidden places and lots of dead ends and everything. Now, I don't remember if it actually triggers any dialogue once you've explored everything. There are a lot of places to actually go here. It's a pretty huge area. So I don't know. We'll see. I actually don't know if that raised the health at all. I think it's just capped at 384. Kind of a weird number to get capped out at, but it is what it is. Still really weird, though, that the sound screwed itself. I mean, honestly, if even one person asks, I'll go and just redo the thing. So, since there's a save file editor, it's not a terrible thing to go and redo. Alright, so nothing down that way, maybe something down this way. At least dialogue-wise. Because the way that this works out plot-wise is after you've explored everything, you go back, and you find Cadman the Mongolian. So he's already rescued everybody by that point, even though right now he's standing in a hallway full of enemies and not fighting them. So he gets everyone out. A couple of the villagers actually leave to go back to the village, and if you go back there, they're basically rebuilding the walls, just the 3 of them, mind you, and rebuilding the walls to have Cadman's house inside of them. Funny part is, of course, they mentioned in the intro that they didn't have time to build walls, and they never were able to pull that off, but sure enough, there it is. Alright, so I don't think it's triggering any dialogue of any kind saying that this area has been searched. So I'm probably going to run back at this point, so... Oh, there's an area down here, I didn't look. Probably going to run back, you know, see if there's any different dialogue now. Oh, there better be. Is maybe able to tell this little part, the constant backtracking with the constant encounters and all that. Not a fan of it. Oh, and also, since I kind of went full-blown cheat mode there, at some point, Mace just kind of inherited $1 million. Yep. Everyone came to their senses and just handed over their money to him. Because you know what? It makes sense. The guy's trying to save your entire flippin' planet. Maybe don't ask him to pay for stuff. Makes sense to me. You know what occurs to me, actually, if this game didn't have such awesome music, probably would not have liked it nearly as much. So yeah, I guess we got to the next plot point here. Cadman is, in fact, inside. And he's apparently rescued everyone who was in this one jail cell. Dialogue. So yeah, everyone else is alive and well. I'm gonna think of it, was that Tracer there? Or maybe he gives you the area scanner now. I'm not sure. I don't actually recall ever getting the area scanner in regular play. Because it just shows you a map of the area. Alright, so now it's time for Search All the Walls and Fight the Encounters Part 2. Bear in mind that apparently we picked up the only vaporizers, so how the hell Cadman is fighting his way through this cave, who even knows. So yeah, there still is no entrance or exit to be found at this point. You're basically still just wandering around and running into encounters until he calls you on the walkie-talkie. Walking. There we go. Yeah, as far as an area scanner, there is no area scanner. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, if I recall, the only way I ever found the area scanner was to go and use the editor. However, I'm gonna be looking around to find him now. And I'm aware he said he's on this other section. I'm trying to get to it. I think I may have just backtracked a little bit. Backtracking the game lately. Yeah, so probably this secret door, then probably the other secret door. That's over on the left there. Yeah, I'm not actually a really big fan of mazes and RPGs. They always really get on my nerves. It's not that I don't like mazes or RPGs, it's just for some reason copying the two of them, or combining the two of them, really gets on my nerves. Like, is this the way I just went? That's the way I just went. Yeah, it is the way I just went. How the hell do I get over there? So, mazes are fine if you can just keep doing them, but when you get constantly interrupted by encounters, it's kind of annoying. Trying to see if there's a way left here. I guess not. So it must be one of the little doors down here. And I think it's just mostly the thought interrupting that goes on there. You're trying to think how to get through everything, and usually there's one of two ways. You either have utter throwaway encounters that are just a distraction, or you're running into situations where you constantly have to, you know, think about whether it's time to bail out of the maze and go and heal everybody up and all that. So that's kind of the whole Persona problem there. Alright. Apparently it's an SMT problem too? I don't know, I actually have never played any of those games. Just the Persona ones. But, yeah. Anyway. This thing. So he found a door. Oh god, that sound effect. So he decides that he doesn't need help. And finally, Chapter 5.